Hi, I'm Jim Juback, and welcome to today's Juback Asset Management YouTube video. Today's round is Hot Button Moves Now, Tech Worries. Last video, I said, examine the issue of, the normal pattern is, the normal advice is go away in May. That basically, if you divide the year into two hunks, and you invest sort of from November to May, you capture the bulk of the year's gains. And then the period from May until November, you got pretty much nothing. And so the saying on Wall Street is go away in May, go to the beach, invest for half the year. A lot of this is related, as I said in that video, to patterns in the technology sector, that you have a lot of seasonal revenue fluctuations where the first and second quarter are not that great. The third and the fourth quarter are where the bulk of the revenues, and it really comes especially visible in technology companies that have a lot of exposure to the consumer sector, like Apple, for example. Well, on May 2nd, we got Apple earnings. Apple beat expectations by reporting a $1.53 a share. Expectations were for $1.50. Very, very low expectations. Revenue was $90.8 billion, and that again beat expectations for $90.3 billion. iPhone revenue, which was the big worry going into the quarter, actually turned out to be a worry. iPhone revenue of $45.96 billion was actually down from $51.33 billion in this equivalent quarter of 2023. But nonetheless, the stock went up. The stock went up in after hours by about 6% in trading on May 3rd. As of noon New York time, the shares are up again about 6.85%. And basically, besides the beat, and remember they're talking about a very small beat, 153 versus 150, from lower expectations. So that's the way the game is played. You lower expectations, then you beat it, and everybody goes, yay! Okay, so besides that, Apple said that it was going to increase its dividend to 25 cents a share, a quarter, as well as we're going to launch a new buyback program of $110 billion. You got Tim Cook, as I expected, CEO Tim Cook coming out and saying, hey, Apple's got all these great plans in putting AI into all its products, especially into its iPhone. And those products will come down the road and Apple's going to catch up with AI. And in fact, this will pump up sales. The headline on Yahoo Finance, which I think sums it all up, was Apple CEO Tim Cook boasts of future AI plans after earnings beat. Okay, so basically you're talking about, this is the CEO going out there and saying, hey, the future looks wonderful. AI is going to be incorporated in all our phones. We don't have those products out there yet. We haven't announced them, but hey, invest in our stock anyway. The thing that worries me about this is that it's not just Apple, that this is basically the same story that we've heard from, beginning with Tesla, where the company announced really crappy revenue numbers, bad sales, but the stock rallied when CEO Elon Musk went up and, as he usually does, talked up future prospects, particularly prospects for a lower price $25,000 electric vehicle coming out somewhere in 2024, 2025. Very, very vague timeline, but led the stock to rally. We got good earnings news, objectively, I think, from Alphabet, Google, but we also got that the company was going to institute its first dividend, and that has helped add to the momentum of the stock. And then, of course, we had Meta Platforms saying same thing. Future looks rosy. We're going to add a dividend. We're going to buy back shares. What worries me about all of these things, and the pattern here, is that investors are being asked to pay up for the future that has been announced, the future that's not yet tangible, can't feel it. And for Apple, you're talking about, the PE on Apple, trailing 12-month PE, was a little bit over almost 29. So you're getting a stock that's priced like a growth stock, where the growth prospects are all sort of very intangible and future oriented. And if they happen, great. And if they don't happen, but you're not getting much of a discount for the fact that they might not happen. Um, this is this is what happens when you try to extend a rally. I really don't like it when I get a sense that CEOs are trying to sort of manage their investors as opposed to managing their business. And that's what all of these feel like. And so once again, I'm saying, hey, maybe taking that may go away advice would be good, because it would at least allow us to have a reset in technology and find out whether some of these futures are actually going to materialize, which would be a nice thing. Okay, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you get notification when we do our next one. We're doing about 3 a week, not always on the same day. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel for free, you get notifications of when we're doing our next one. You can also get more free stuff. That's buybackpicks.com. It's got 3 portfolios, 12 to 18 month dividends and 5-year, and that's free. You can subscribe to buybackam.com. That's got 6 portfolios, those 3 plus a ETF portfolio, a volatility portfolio that sometimes does what do you call it? Oh, options, and then an even longer term portfolio that looks at things beyond 5 years. So if you have a long-term time horizon, those are stocks where you can get a bargain now, because long time means cheaper now. Okay, so you find links to all those down below. The last free thing you can get from me is when we moved to Italy, my wife and I, in September 2023, we started a Substack called We Moved to Italy, following our adventures in, so far, Venice, soon to be in Sicily. We're moving there in June for a few months. And you can subscribe for free. Substack is called We Moved to Italy. We'd love to have you join us, read about our adventures, comment, be glad to feel that someone else is along with us on the trip. And the Sicily stay should be very interesting. My wife is, her family is from the part of Sicily where we'll be, so we're going to do a little genealogical digging, as well as the house we've rented is on the slopes of Etna, because on my bucket list there's always been live on the slopes of a live volcano, and this will check that off. Anyway, you can get subscribed to that also for free, and all those emails, all those links are down below. Thanks very much for watching.